it's a funny life to be able to just have an idea and jump into it. Like, there are no rules. The fact that I have a Fortune 500 company, that's crazy. My husband and I, we barely know what we're doing. We started this company with our own credit cards. We just own the company. It's just the two of us.
How did you work with the manufacturer to come up with that unique formulation?
We come from the hit your list. We are email crazies. And we don't even have tons, like maybe we only have like 10,000 people, and yet we will make a couple million from our email list.
You're watching Marketing Misfits with Norm Farrar and Kevin King.
Mr. King!
Senor Farrar, how are you? How be you?
How be me? Be me is fine. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm down here in the warm of Texas. You're up there in the bitter cold of Toronto, freezing at, what'd you say it was, 27, 24 degrees?
20, no, it's 20 today.
20, so what's that in...
70.
What's that in American?
What's
that in American?
American, I think that's 68, 70, around 60, there.
Well, so that's a Mediterranean tropical climate.
Yeah, absolutely.
You should be happy. That's like...
And that's why I don't live in the Mediterranean.
And you should have your olive oil and your little bread, baguettes, and some hummus, and you should be good to go.
So, hey, before we get into everything today, we've been spending a lot of time on something really cool. And you guys are going to hear about this a little bit more, but CMS. Let's just talk a bit about CMS, and that's the Collective Minds Society and how it got started and what we're doing.
Yeah, so Collective Minds Society started in 2022 when Norm and I were at a mastermind event in Paris. And there's a high-ticket mastermind, a lot of really good, really good
cigars.
I know. Two really good speakers, but we found that the best content came at night, because at this castle, we were actually in a castle just outside of Paris. They had a little courtyard, and in the courtyard you could actually do a real bonfire, like with a stack of wood, and put it on there. And we would stay out there nights till sometimes 2, 3 in the morning, smoking a cigar, having a drink of wine, whatever your vice may be. And the best stuff came out of that. And Norm's and I were like, why don't we do an event that's like this, where there's no presentations, there's no classroom stuff. It's just people enjoying each other and sitting around a campfire, telling personal stories, telling business stories, telling tactical stuff, whatever comes out of it, and making relationships. And so we started CMS, and we did, the first event was during the F1 in Austin. Second one, we did a train ride across the Canadian Rockies. This year in November 6th to the 10th, and this is actually where we met our guest. We were in Tampa and scouting out what we're going to do November 6th to the 10th. And we went to lunch with one of our mutual friends, Hook, did a lunch, and we ended up meeting our guest today on the show. But we actually are going to do a cigar weekend, so in Tampa. And people are like, Tampa? Why of all places Tampa? Tampa is the cigar capital of the world. A lot of people don't realize that. It's more cigars are manufactured there than in Cuba. It's a bigger culture than in Miami. It's the place to be if you're into that cigar culture, which is a cool culture, because Norm and I, we can go anywhere in the world, and we've met some of the best people actually at events, not at the event, not in the mixer or the welcome party of the event, but Norm and I going out and like, hey, where can we smoke a cigar tonight after dinner? And we're just going out of the hotel and, sitting wherever the hotel allows you to smoke. And other people come out like, oh, we smoke cigars too. Do you mind if we join you? And you have an instant camaraderie, an instant bond. And we've made some really good business relationships out of that. Several.
It's an instant bond, isn't it?
It's an instant. It's like an unspoken word. And it's just smoking cigars is just a chill thing to do. I don't know what it is, but it's an instant thing. And so that's what we're doing in Tampa. So we're doing 10 different cigar lounges, I think it is, or 9 cigar lounges plus another one where we can smoke on the balcony at the Tampa Club. Doing the Tampa Club, doing a sunset cruise across St. Petersburg. I don't know if it's St. Petersburg Bay or Tampa Bay, whatever that's called there, that piece of water, and doing some really good dinners. And so it's an entire weekend. So if you're interested in learning more about that and joining us, we only have 20 spots, 19 technically, I think it is, but call it 20 spots. You can go to collectivemindsociety.com and see a sample of the schedule and some of the details, and apply to come join us. And we'd love to have you. It's a mix of people from all kinds of walks of life, e-commerce and other business, mostly business people. So it's a very good, high level, smart, cool and casual crowd. It's going to be a lot of fun.
You know, I want to just kind of keep on this for a second, not so much Marketing Misfits, but just what we did. And it's something that you're very good at. And this also just provides the value, the extra value that you always have in a lot of your events, is that spending the time to scope out what we're going to do, scope out the 15 different cigar lounges that we went to pick the select few, scope out the hotels, the different restaurants. And it's so bloody important. And that's how, and we talk about Marketing Misfits, that's a misfit deal, because I can guarantee you that most people that are putting on events are not doing that. And we spent the time to go and do that and call ahead, and we went everywhere.
And it takes extra time after effort. And then we end up meeting, like, we had a lot of good business meetings along the way there too, and including meeting our guest today on the podcast, who's, her story is not a quick story either. I mean, she's crushing it right now on a beauty brand that she's built. And when we met her, I was like, so you do a beauty brand? There's a lot of people doing beauty brands, but I was like, so what's the name of it? She told me the name, In Your Face. And she's like, look, I'm in your face. This is me right here. And I was looking at her. And I was like, so you're using the product. This clearly works, because she was stunningly beautiful. And then she later told me her age. And I was like, you're lying. Girl, you lie. And she's like, no, this is how old I am. And I'm like, there's no way. So this is a product that actually works, but it wasn't an overnight success. I think she started building an audience, I think, in like 2007 or 8 or somewhere like that, posting on Facebook. And then she migrated that to, I don't know, TikTok or Instagram, whatever it was, another social media platform. And then she was able to use that audience or that following that she had created and build a brand out of it that's now highly successful. And she's doing really good marketing with live events and all kinds of stuff that I'm sure we'll get into. It's an amazing story.
All right. So our guest today is Denice Duff. And Denise, let's have you get in our face. There we go.
Hey. Love it. I love it. How you doing, Denise?
I'm on cue. I listen.
Perfect. Yeah. Denise, tell us a little bit about your background.
Sure. Well, you did a really great job there, Kevin, because you're right in the fact that in 2007, 2008, when Facebook came about, when iPhones got a phone on it, I started sharing my life. I didn't have...
Wait, when iPhones got a phone on it? You mean when they got a camera? I'm just kidding.
They got a camera. Oh my gosh.
They have a camera?
Wait, wasn't it always a camera?
That's what this is?
Yeah.
I thought this was like one of those things you put on your skin, like massages.
It's not working.
See, at the time, I was an actress and a photographer. So I was always carrying cameras, and I would document my life in between doing acting jobs. And I would photograph many clients, different campaigns as a photographer. So I've been on both sides of the camera a lot. So of course, when very high resolution version came this small, it made it so much easier for me to share and to photograph. And so I kind of came in this world of social media easily because, number one, I'd made a living as an actress, so I'm not afraid to be in front of a camera. And being, I didn't need a script. I didn't care if I was made up or not made up, but also using imagery to know that that's how you get attention. And making something interesting for people to watch and not wasting people's time was always a real big thing that I wanted to. And it was usually health related things that I was cooking. I'm Italian from New York, living in LA. And I just would share things, and it had nothing to do with it. I had nothing to sell. But I just enjoyed creating this big family because I don't have any siblings. So I started to get a family. And then by like 2016, 17, a lot of my friends started selling on Amazon. And one of my dearest friends, Athena, who introduced us, came and visited me in Manhattan and said, you need to sell something and you need to augment your salary as an actress. And I'm like, you're right. But there isn't anything I want to sell. And she's like, well, this cream that you give away. Well, I had created a cream with a botanical chemist about 2 years prior. Small little thing, me, her, I'd give it as gifts. She's like, that's what you need to sell. And I thought, but I can't do it on a large scale. And she's like, whatever scale you can do it on. So we started with 300 of them. And then I had to create the name. And I came up with some really cool names: Mediterranean, blah, 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 Sicilian something. And I told a couple friends of that. And they were like, those are so stuffy. And then one dude said, Denise, you're such an in-your-face kind of girl. And I'm like, oh, what am I going to call it? In your face cream? And he went, yes, you are. I called my husband, who had a website marketing company. And I said, is in your face cream like .com available? And he paused and he went, nope, I just bought it for $19. and that's how it started. And then we wound up having to buy in your face skincare from someone for like $5,000. She wasn't doing anything with it. And I had never planned on doing a whole line. It was just this cream that helped my very dry face. And I put it out on Facebook. I did a post, one of those posts that you do. I'm doing a thing, right? That's the hip. I'm doing a thing. And it sold out in a weekend. And at the time, the cream was $75 a jar. It's a little more now. We've improved. But at $75 a jar, to sell out 300 of them to just your friends, I was like, okay, let's see if strangers can buy it. And then we put like $20 on an ad and we boosted it. That was frightening. And then $100, and then strangers started buying it. And about a year later, I thought, okay, I guess I am able to sell a thing and not just my art as an actress, as a photographer. And but what I found really worked was I needed to stay connected with it as the personality. And that's what people liked. They liked knowing the founder behind it.
I think that's so important. What about the product itself? Is it a moisturizing cream?
Yes, we take the main thing. You guys were talking Italian and Mediterranean and hummus. It's almost like hummus for your face.
Hummus for your face. I wonder if that's available.
Yeah, let me see. Not anymore, Norm.
Because I just bought it for $9.
Yeah. Hummus for your face.club is taken, Norm. Sorry.
We take olive oil and we soak different botanical herbs for 30 days. So it's kind of like wine in that things are marinating, they're fermenting. And so it's a very alive formula. And that was my thing, because as an actress in Hollywood, having done commercials, I see what goes into ingredients. And my mom raised me to read labels. And she was this New York Italian hippie in the 70s. And we were not allowed to buy anything that had sugar more than higher than the fourth number on the ingredient deck. And so, right, if it was 1, 2, or 3, we couldn't buy it. And so I was always taught to read labels. And then, I went to UCLA and I studied chemistry and I studied Latin, of all things. Those 2 classes. And then I wound up bailing and going to NYU and studying photography and directing. But those 2 classes, chemistry and Latin, helped me years later, which I didn't realize, to read labels in skincare and to be able to go, oh, dimethicone, that's a silicone. Silicone, that's rubber cement. Oh, that's the first ingredient, which is comprising 90% of this formula. That's about 10 cents. Yeah. And so I've been able to, and acrylates, acrylic. Oh, acrylic is a plastic. Something that says acrylate is plastic derived. So I got to kind of jump to the head of the line in the area as a formulator. And then also understanding advertising from the entertainment side of the world. And then just being Italian and being passionate and being a freaking woman who started this business at 52 years old. I'm 59 now. I'm 59. I'll be 60 in a month. And I wanted products that worked, because I'm more than halfway over. I'm more than halfway done, guys.
I am
Wow.
done. Stick a fork in me.
You need some. We need you around longer. Just take some of my.
Hey, Norm, you'll love this, man. I talked to a seller the other day doing $50K a month. But when I asked them what their actual profit was, they just kind of stared at me.
Are you serious? That's kind of like driving blindfolded.
Exactly, man. I told them you got to check out Seller Board, this cool profit tool that's built just for Amazon sellers. It tracks everything like fees, PPC, refunds, promos, even changing COGS during using FIFO.
Aha. But does it do FBM shipping costs too?
Sure does. That way you can keep your quarter four chaos totally under control and know your numbers, because not only does it do that, but it makes your PPC bids, it forecasts inventory, it sends review requests, and even helps you get reimbursements from Amazon.
Now that's like having a CFO in your back pocket.
You know what? It's just $15 a month. But you got to go to sellerboard.com/misfits, sellerboard.com/misfits. And if you do that, they'll even throw in a free 2-month trial.
So you want me to say, go to sellerboard.com misfits and get your numbers straight before your accountant loses it?
Exactly.
All right.
Just in your face, Norm. That's the secret. Just in your face. You need just in your beard. Just in your beard, Norm. Just in your
there
beard.
we go. New product line.
Just in your beard. Or just in your hips.
Yeah.
just in your hips. So you were acting, was it Days of Our Lives or something? It's one of the bigger shows, right?
I was in Days of Our Lives and Young and Restless. I was on Young and Restless longer. I played Mackenzie's mom, Amanda. And then I'm also, I get a lot of fan mail for a vampire series I did called Subspecies with Full Moon Entertainment. So I'm kind of a big deal during Halloween. And I go to autograph conventions, people pay $40 for my autograph. But I'm tattooed on a couple of people's arms and legs. It's a funny life to be able to just have an idea and jump into it. Like there are no rules. The fact that I have a Fortune 500 company, we were number 428 last year. That's crazy. My husband and I, we barely know what we're doing. We started this company with our own credit cards, and we just own the company. It's just the two of us with a staff of 10. We do our own marketing. I do my own photography and imagery. We do our own packaging. I make little inspirational quotes that are different on every box because I can.
Every single box is different?
Every single box has a different set of.
So you're doing print on demand packaging, basically. It's a customized print on demand packaging?
No. I mean, every product.
Every product. Okay. All right.
All
Okay.
the creams have, and I think it's 12 2 to 3 word inspirational phrases. So we have to come up with 12 of them every time we make a new product.
So how many products are in the SKU, in the line?
There's 21, whatever, not including a headband and a makeup brush or yeah.
So did you have the idea of brand expansion when you first had the moisturizing cream going?
No, I'm an artist, right? I'm a photographer. I'm a storyteller. I'm an actress. I did not plan because that to me means business and computer and desk and death, right? Like that's what in my mind, what all of that meant. And it was my husband who's the real nerdy. He loves a spreadsheet, I don't like any of that stuff. But he's the one that just kept, you got to have that yin and yang. It's really such a 2-terminal universe when you're small and starting a company. And you've got to have someone I've found that has different strengths, and he believed in things more than I did. But I was passionate about formulas, and I was passionate about women really getting what they're paying for, because that's where I felt betrayed as a woman, spending money on something and I know what's in it. And when they say all these things, I know it's BS because I also know it's a topical. I know there's so many other things that go into it. And so my passion is really transforming women's skin with super concentrated ingredients that take a very long time to curate. And no, they're not $12 items, but they're also not $500 or $600. And he's the one that ensures that we make a little profit at the end of the day so we could keep the lights on.
So
But
are you just in retail? Are you just going direct to consumers right now through your? Or are you doing Are you in a Sephora or any of those type of shop?
No, it was tough, especially with the cream, because it can separate if it sits very long time in a heated warehouse. It's kind of like um, that we don't put those emulsifiers. There's certain plastics that you put in that just keep the formula from separating. And not that it disrupts the actual actives, but it just may not look as good and someone's got to stir it. And if you're paying $15, you don't mind storing it because you got it from a flea market or a natural botanical fair. But if you're paying $100 for our cream, I don't want women to have to go, whoa, what's that oil on the top? And so we used to do Amazon Prime with our cream for the first month, but their warehouses were either too cold or too hot. Of course, now I'm learning that I can cater to that, but we didn't know that back then. And so we still sell on Amazon, but it all comes from our warehouse where we can control the environment and we can control the whole shipping experience. I've got cute little notes on our packaging, on the inside. I write, I have these little notes that are sort of pre-written, and then we put the person's name on it. By the way, I do have blank notes, but while you were talking, I had to write this.
Cigar?
The cigar is it in the Golf?
Is the new
Oh, the new Golf.
Is the new Golf.
Cigar is the new Golf. Ah, I love it. I love it.
I was listening to you guys.
I see. I love it. So speaking of that packaging, I mean, how important? A lot of people skimp on the packaging. I know when it comes to beauty products, they don't skimp quite as much, especially at $100 price point.
Right.
But you're taking it not just pretty perfumish bottle type of packaging, but you're making it personal with these quotes and with these notes and stuff.
Yeah.
How important do you think that is to your success and to your branding? Because a lot of people don't take the effort to do that.
I wish it wasn't appreciated as much because I could save a few dimes with every order. And yet, just when I feel like, why are we doing all this? I get another slew of DMs and emails or some influencer talking about like their cream. It's so good. But guys, get this. You get this custom letter to you. Look at how cute the box. Like, it's nuts how much people talk about it. And even if I have some friends that want to do a review on it, I literally tell them, you don't have to talk about the box. You don't have to talk about the cute note or the little bag that the cream, like I actually just get right to what is it doing for your skin?
You're like, dang it, I'm a chemist and talk about what I put together here and what it does for you. Talking about my stupid little box.
like because me personally, like it's nice and it's fluff, but I just want to know that it's going to do something for me. Of course, I'm an artist and I like that presentation, but I was amazed at how many people spend, whatever, if they have 5 minutes, they want to do a review and 4 minutes is just talking about the unboxing. I'm like, all right, already.
But that's key. I like talking about retail packaging or just packaging in general and what you can do. Forget the box, forget the bottle, but the little things. So it could be the colored bottles, it could be the matte finish, it could be the notes. There's tons of little things, and this is all psychological. When people open up and they pay, let's say it's $100 and X dollars.
Yeah.
Well, that note made it that extra $25 that they would spend on it.
I know. Right. Sitting right in there. I mean, right. even our freebies, you get a little sample if you do a first time order. I don't want to give you a little packet, a little plastic packet. You get this, babies. You get this. Like this is our free little discovery size. Is it a pain in the ass to fill this and buy it and put it to? Yes. But does it make women happy? Does it make them give them enough to experience it to then become a customer for life? Heck yeah.
And you
It's
don't tell them about that when they buy. It's a surprise, right? I mean, they may have said an
right.
influencer talking about it, but it's a surprise. It's so that when they get it, like, oh, what is this? And oh, a gift for you or whatever. Yeah. And they're like, oh my gosh.
It really is. It's a, oh my gosh, and that's, I love, I would jump into every box. This is the little thing that it comes. I want to be in the box with every customer, inside of the cream, we have a little note card and I think I showed it to you. I don't have one right here, but it says, yay, we were strangers 10 seconds ago. And now we're connected by our love of 100% natural, highly effective skincare. Right. So I
Very
love
good.
that communication.
Where does this come from? Did someone inspire you to do this? Is it your husband's marketing background? Is it something that you saw another product do, or you just had a dream and like, we got to do this? Where did this come from?
It really, I think it comes from my grandparents, who my whole life have been so loving and complimentary and passionate. I just come from a very um, loving, complimentary. Everything I did to my grandmother and my grandfather and my aunt, my uncle was the most beautiful thing. And complimenting people and telling them how wonderful and lovely they are is something I took for granted. I thought everyone had that in life, until you sort of grow up and you meet other people and you see what's sitting on them and how they don't think they're lovely. And I photographed thousands of women. I have photographed thousands of women. I've made probably $2 million just as a headshot photographer in my 20s, 30s, and 40s. Like, that was my waitressing job as an actress. And I was paid well to photograph people because I bring the best out in them. Because I can Photoshop and fix a tooth. I can pull 10 pounds off of you by pushing your shoulders down and liquefy, But what I can't Photoshop is that confidence in your eye. And so I've just had this love of bringing out the best in someone, and by complimenting them and finding out what's great about them. And so if I'm going to sell skincare, I can't not have that part of me be a part of it, because that's all I am,
Well, in photography too, it's in the details. A lot of it's not anybody can it's in the detail. I mean, example I gave is me and my brother were on a trip in New Zealand 15 years ago, staying on the exact same ledge, shoulder to shoulder, photographing this beautiful valley. He takes a picture on his camera or phone or whatever it was at the time, and then I take the exact same picture, and they're completely different because of composition, of where I position things, because of details of shadows, of knowing how to, like, oh, the sun is coming this way, so I need to move it this way a little bit. He just took it. It's the same thing in business. And so I think that photography creative background is subconsciously playing a major role in everything that you're doing here.
I'm fully aware of it.
Fully aware. Okay, fully aware, but also it's inherent in who you are.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, of course, it's not a secret that, I've got some stuff here, but it's cozy back, and it's well lit from the front, so I don't look haggard. Like, it's all correct. And I know how to do it and it's effortless when you understand that, but it's what impinges so that your communication actually reaches the audience with the way you intended it to.
Let's go back to not even the packaging. Let's go back to the beginning when you were trying to create this formula. How did you come up with it? How did you work with the manufacturer to come up with that unique formulation?
I'm a big fan of tea. And, my mom in the 70s would actually, it was kombucha, but we didn't know it was kombucha. She called it mushroom water because it's that slippery thing. And it was in a pot and it was in the cabinet. And that the idea of fermentation, and ironically, we didn't drink wine growing up, but my mother was very big into soaking and tinctures and herbal infusions. And so knowing that you get the most out of something when you can pull all those antioxidants out of it, as opposed to stick the tea bag in, take it out, and now you've got slightly brown water, but you don't have any of the nutrition in it. And that was the thing. If I'm going to put something on, I want it to be filled with nutrition. I want it to have some anti-aging. I didn't want it to just be coconut oil and jojoba oil, because go buy jojoba oil, go to the health food store. I wanted something that had some science, like CoQ10 and DMAE and alpha lipoic acid, certain things that I knew really help to stimulate the skin. But I wanted the base of it to be, I compare it to, you could eat iceberg lettuce and it's not going to kill you, but it's got no nutrition, right? It's just kind of like water. Or you can kind of pack down some spinach and kale and salmon.
Please don't use those examples.
I know. I heard you talking about green, and I was like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah, Norm doesn't do green.
Oh,
it's all right." Neither does my husband. Actually, my husband puts it after we've been married 36 years. So for the first 25 years, 0 vegetables, and now at least I get him to put it in a blender, drink it, and get it over with. And then he's potato chips and sandwich.
the only green I'll do are Claro cigars. That's the ones that have the green tobacco.
Not even a pickle. He'll do a pickle on his burger and call that a green.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
There you go. You got a pickle. There. Don't say my husband never helped you with anything. So yes, it really came from wanting to make sure that everything that was in there was something that was body recognizable, skin recognizable, and no cheap fluff. Like, what if money was no option? What would you want to put on your face? And when people say, it's healthy, it's good if you're pregnant or if you're nursing. And I always had that concept of like, wouldn't you always want to put stuff on your body that would be good for if you were a nursing mother? Because your whole life, why wouldn't you want to treat your own pancreas the way you would want to treat a baby fetus, in your body? So that concept of like, well, I'm pregnant, so I can only use clean, as opposed to I'm not pregnant, I can have crap, right? So that standard, I kept that pregnant standard. I'm always pregnant. I'm in my mind. I'm always carrying. I'm always with child.
So if this ferments, does the shelf life it's what, 90 days or less or something?
No, there's the business person in me, because that would be insane, right? I'd be a pilgrim, we wouldn't have made the fortune that the Inc. 500. There's enzymes in there, and there are clean preservatives that are used in food that because if it's got bacteria, that's not good for anybody. So we've made sure to have preservation and enzymatic preservation systems that are clean, but absolutely keep bacteria from going in.
What's up, everybody? Your good old buddies Norm and Kevin here, and I've got an Amazon creative team that I want to introduce you to.
That's right, Kevin. It's called the House of AMZ, and it's the leading provider in combining marketing and branding with laser focus on Amazon.
Hey, Norm, they do a lot of really cool stuff if you haven't seen what they do, like full listing graphics, premium A+ content, storefront design, branding, photography, renderings, packaging design, and a whole lot of other stuff that Amazon sellers need.
Yeah, and guess what? They have 9 years active in this space. So you can skip the guesswork, trust the experts. There's no fees, there's no retainers. You pay per project.
So if you want to take your product to the next level, check out House of AMZ. That's houseofamz.com. House of AMZ.
Prior to the coming onto the podcast today, we were just talking about your sample pack. And I'm kind of curious that you've got 21 or 22 different products, and then you have your sample pack. How many people just go out there and buy that sample pack?
We're releasing it tomorrow.
Oh, there you go.
Right now we're making a landing page. Like, it's crazy what's going on here. We're actually this comes in. There's this part which just arrived from Uline today. The box and the insert just arrived this morning. We are all here folding it. I just been folding this during lunch, pushing the inserts in. And right now we're in there filling each individual with little bags, little squeeze tubes. So we're creating all of these. Of course, I had to do a little handwritten note. Well, handwritten, but a communication again, because I always want to pop out of every product. So the point with this, I filmed a video of me showing how to use them and then narrated it. And when you click on, it might have even been you, Kevin, at that lunch that said, get that little QR code so that they make it right in the front so that they can see it. And so when they go to it, there'll be a little video saying, congratulations. Now I'm going to show you how to use it. So you've already been helping me, Kevin.
Oh, awesome. I'm glad. Somebody listens to me, Norm.
Yeah.
Somebody listens to me, Norm.
I don't, but somebody does.
So you're putting these. You don't have a fulfillment place doing this. You're putting these together. Do you do that with all the SKUs, or you manufacture right there in your? So
Yes.
you're getting. I think you told me New Mexico or somewhere is where the original.
That's where the original cream.
Chemist.
Yes,
okay.
and they send the bulk of that, and then we do all the other.
So you're doing all your own tubing and what do you call it? Glass filling or whatever that process is called.
Dude, yes.
Oh wow. And how come you decide? Is that for a quality control reason? Is that for a cost reason? Is that for?
It's cost. Look, see, they're making them right there.
Oh wow.
and here is, I don't know. Look.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, and then here's my TikTok area. And here's where
the green screen. Okay.
I mean, it's actually I pull this over, and then I have my little rolling, and then this is where I say hey for 5 hours and do my TikTok and all my live selling. We've got some lights here that are up on the ceiling, and I pop those on. Yes.
So you have multiple channels that you're selling. One is right there on TikTok. The other, what are your other channels?
Well, we do. I broadcast at the same time. I know this is very people probably don't walk around. I have two. I have 3 iPads. Well, I have a phone and 2 iPads, and then we have a big screen that displays the TikTok bigger. It makes it easier to read because TikTok has got the shop, so people can immediately buy. And then but I still have Instagram and Facebook running, and I give them a special code for them to go to our site because there is no shop for Facebook or shop for Instagram. They have to go to our homepage.
You can't put it in Facebook Marketplace and tie that in. Facebook Marketplace, I think, has a way to tie it into to the chat.
Right. I mean,
they can order right on there, which then ties into your Shopify or whatever WooCommerce or whatever you're using.
Right.
I think, but anyway. That. But so are you when you're doing these? So you said you're doing 5 hours every Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Is it just you, or do you have some guys managing the chat and checking the lighting and everything?
Yes, I have my guy Anthony sitting next to me, and he does things like he pops up. If I start talking about something, he pops that up so that it's shown, right? And then we do a giveaway. Like every hour, we'll do one giveaway, and so he does you don't have to, like if you're starting out, you absolutely can do it on your own. Of course, it gets easier when you've got someone, but you literally can just go, okay, guys, hold on. I'm going to set up the giveaway. Okay, good. There's the giveaway. All right. You just have to, make sure you're joining me and you'll enter the giveaway. And TikTok picks the winner. TikTok, you mail it out it does it all for you. You don't have to pick a winner. And we ship all from here. All of our TikTok orders, we fulfill here. And we just have to be careful about not talking. If you're recording from TikTok, they don't want you to talk about, go to my website. So what you say is, go to our home. Here's the code for our home. Because the algorithm doesn't like you to say, go to my website. It doesn't want you to directing people off of TikTok. So that's been a bit of a dance. There's been a few times we get a little violation. They may knock you off and we have to shut down and come back up. You know what?
Well, they do that in real time. They knock you off in real time?
They knock you off in real time, yeah.
Oh, okay. So they slap your hand and put you in timeout, huh?
That's right. That's right.
I can do that with Kevin too.
It's just like that. You hit the right button on that one, didn't you, Norm? I want you to hit the button that tickles my butt in my chair, but you didn't hit that one.
Oh no, there we go. All right, he's enjoying the tickle.
Stop it, Norm. Stop it. No.
How was it? You just can't say anything too R-rated, but you can have the experience.
Yeah. Wait till you see the other button, Kevin. I want to go back to that sample pack.
Oh, I love that you want to, because we're about to launch this. We're going to launch it. I came up with this idea this morning. If we could launch it on TikTok first. And my husband's head went, so tomorrow night, we got 200, we only got 200 boxes FedEx from China. The next will come in 2 weeks. We'll be able to blast those 200 out on TikTok.
But it's something that a lot of brands don't think about. You have to have a few products, but I love LeBeau and Chantel 33, by the way.
Yes, LeBeau.
Yeah. And what do you do with LeBeau? If you want to get that full experience, you buy the sample packs and then you figure out what you want. And this is where a lot of brands don't understand that you don't give it away. People are buying it. I buy the LeBeau sample pack.
What do you pay for their sample pack? What do you pay?
It's $135, I think, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's not bad because you get a bunch of different scents that you can pick from,
and they're good quality scents.
Oh, yeah,
they last.
Yes.
That smell.
Yeah, and you pick what you want. So what you're doing there, so many brands could get so much more exposure because I might buy the cream, and I don't get any other experience with what you have except for the cream. This is giving them the opportunity to choose whatever they want.
Cream, you're getting our face wash, you're getting our vitamin C serum, you're getting an exfoliating enzyme glycolic acid cleanser, and a little bit of a mineral mask. And then you get on the back the instructions and the ingredients, right? And what we do is we put, because you have to have an expiration date, right, for legal rudiments.
Yeah.
And we'll put a sticker, the lot number. So instead of putting a lot number on every single thing, we looked up what you have to do. As long as they're all filled the same day, we'll put a sticker lot number right there. And so each batch will have its own lot number. And then what we're able to do is close this up. The last thing we'll do is fill the cream because we don't like the cream to sit too long. The soaps are okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll just put the sticker right there. Bam.
Okay, I follow up to this because what I see there is can you market this as a step process, the 5-step or 6-step process? So everybody that uses it, well, maybe it'll last for 15 days, but the real product, and you market that as the 7-step process, in your face, process, because every one of those products that you just talked about, I have back over here in step processes that I used to market for people. Oh. And it sounds like that's the exact same thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's exactly. And in the video that I did, I show you how to use them all, right? And then I even gave a few bonuses, like we have our face oil, which is not here. I gave it but I show that you can also use the face oil as a makeup remover by putting a few drops on a cotton round. It doesn't, you can mix it with the cream for extra hydration and cocooning moisture at night. I show, but I go through, first wash with this, then do your exfoliating wash. Then you can do a mask. The mask, you just get like 3 uses out of. It's fine, but you only want to do that once a week. Then you apply your vitamin C serum. Then you apply your cream. Your eye cream, then you apply your face cream.
I would add something to that. Well, first of all, there's no sugar as more than the 4th ingredient in any of that stuff, right? I'm just making sure because my grandmother does. I don't want to disappoint mom.
But we have a sugar polish that you can. I mean, this is pineapple and peach. This right here, oh my. This is our pineapple peach. This just smells like a Hawaiian frickin' surfer girl who's ripped and tan, and she's glistening, and it's just this Hawaiian delicious body polish, full of sugar.
That's something that Kevin and I have in common is that sugar has to be the actual first ingredient.
What I would do in that,
Before we
that
get
sample
anything. Yeah.
box too is I would consider adding a product that's unique to the box. You cannot buy it. You cannot buy it in the jars or in the creams. It's only in there. And what that will do is it will, if it's a good product, people will buy the sample box just to get that product. And if the product takes off, people are like, I wish they would do this in a big bottle. I would use this every day, and I got to buy another sample box, and I don't need it because I got the big bottles. I'll give the samples to my girlfriend for her to try. And then eventually you put that out as a limited release. Like, all right, we heard everybody talking. You like this 8th blah, 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 blah thing that's only in sample boxes. We got you. But this is hard to get, whether it's hard to get or not. This is hard to get. And we only have 200 of them that we can make.
Totally.
They're $150 a piece, and then you build off of that. And that, I think, could launch something and make it like the premier exclusive product. Hey, what's up, everybody? Kevin and Norm here with a quick word from one of our sponsors, 8Fig. Let me tell you about a platform that's changing the game for Amazon sellers. That's right, it's called 8Fig. On average, sellers working with 8Fig grow up to 400% in less than a year.
8Fig offers both funding and free tools for e-commerce growth and cash flow management. And here's how it works.
8Fig provides flexible, data-driven funding tailored to your exact needs. They could fund anywhere from up to $50,000 all the way up to $10 million.
8Fig gives you free tools to forecast demand, manage inventory, and analyze cash flow.
Visit 8fig.co, that's 8fig.co, to learn more or check the link in the show notes below.
Just mention Marketing Misfits and get 25% off your cost.
That's 8fig.co, 8fig.co. See you on the other side.
Yes. Well, you will then be proud because in October, we're going to release another one because we have 20 products. And so the original face cream will be, we have 2 creams. We have one that's richer and one that's lighter. See, there's one that's white, the marine pearl, and then our original rich cream and the marine pearl. So the next set will have the marine pearl. And instead of this face wash, it's going to be our exfoliating bamboo polish. Instead of the marine powdered mineral mask, it's going to be a pumpkin mask. Instead of the eye cream, it's going to be our mandarin milk cleansing balm. Instead of the vitamin C serum, it will be our retinol bakuchiol serum. And then December, we'll do another box that's going to have our peptide. We bought little bottles of our very expensive peptide growth factor. So there'll be a sample pack with that and some of our other. So we have enough products that we're going to make. I think it's 4 different discovery size kits that we will. And that way customers that already have it.
Another thing you could do with that is you could have them. You have since you're D2C, you know all your customers already. Well, you don't know them on Amazon, but you know them. Maybe you do this on Amazon. It's like, okay, in the sample pack, there's a card on top that they can either mail in and it's postage paid, or there's a URL or QR code and they go to the website and it's, hey, we have this 8th one that's XYZ and it does this. It's not available anywhere else. The only way to get it is to recommend 3 friends to the product or get 3 friends to sign up on our newsletter or to order a sample pack or whatever. And then we send this to you as a gift for free. It's worth $89. And it costs you like $5 and you just got 3 really good leads. There's all kinds of stuff that you could do like that. That would be, I think, really cool and really grow you and get you from number 420 to number 200 on that list of
because you gave an idea that I want to employ about be that nice friend.
Yeah, I think I mentioned something like that. Maybe. Yeah, I forgot I said that. Yeah. Yeah, there's some cool stuff. I mean, it's endless what you can do when you start thinking as a misfit and as in marketing, and especially when you have a product that works. That's fundamentally, a lot of people try to sell things and they can sell stuff, but whatever they're selling is crap or doesn't work. But when you have something that works and that people believe in and has a loyal following, you can get very creative with the market to really grow that when you got raving fans like you do. and blow that up to where you're going to have to get a new warehouse because those 10 people, the 25 people aren't going to fit in that 10-person spot. And you're going to need. So talk about these TikTok lives. So why 5 hours? People are like, well, why don't you just go in there for like 20 minutes? Why is it 5 hours?
Well, it's because I have a lot of bills to pay. And the longer I'm on, the more money I make. I mean, that's just it. Like, I'm in at least in my profession, money's just not coming in all the time if I'm not there. Like when I'm on TikTok, that's when I sell, right? Yes, we have our TikTok out there. Someone can come to it accidentally or maybe by $100 a day ad we put. Maybe we've got an influencer out there and she happens to say something about ours and we get a couple sales. But really, it's me talking about these products. And, for me to talk about something for 5 hours, I do these autograph conventions where I'll sit there for 10 hours. And I'll sit down for 10 hours talking to fans, signing autographs. And I could do that all day because it's easy. I'm not digging a ditch. I'm not out in sweltering weather hauling bricks. I'm sitting and I'm talking to people about things that I'm passionate about. And to me, it's sort of no different than doing these autograph horror sci-fi conventions where the longer you sit there, the more bills you get paid off and the more people you meet and the more you find out that what you're doing is appreciated. And I know it seems weird that I'm comparing selling my skincare on TikTok to doing a horror convention meeting fans, but do you
why
see
just
a bit
once
of
a
it?
week? Or do you do it more than once a week? Or is it just that's what you've just timed off in your schedule to do?
It's what I timed off my schedule. I will pop on sometimes on a Sunday or a Tuesday morning. And really, I should do it every day. Like I really should. And but I'm so in the weeds in my company, helping with the copy and the photography and um, yeah, but it became this cool thing. And it's been almost 2 years now where people they get excited for this Wednesday thing. So I definitely keep that in. And I sort of feel like, God, if I did it every day, will I like drain them? Or, I have a little bit of that because when I go on, no matter what we have, they love to buy it. They love to be a part of it. Um, and I'm constantly answering questions. And with TikTok, unlike Facebook or Instagram, TikTok is feeding you new eyeballs. And so the longer you're on and the more participation people are giving you, and you've got to tell them like tap on the screen. The tapping creates the algorithm excitement, so you get put out to more women in their 40s who are looking for skincare. So it's one of those things that just when I'm ready to sort of end, I'm like, wow, now it's 8 o'clock in LA and I'm here in Florida. And now there's a whole new slew of women who've ended their day and are ready to sit and talk about skincare. And they have questions and they're 50. And my heart is like, oh my gosh, you've come here. You have a question. I've answered that question 17 times in the last 4 hours, and I will happily answer it again.
What is that retention rate? How long do they usually stay on? Do you know?
The majority stay on for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But I will have a couple dozen or so women that will stay on for those 4 hours. It's insane. And I adore them. And they answer questions for the new women that come on.
So,
they become the fans that will say, oh, trust me, you'll want to get that Mandarin melt. You've never had such a fun experience washing your face. And I don't even have to answer them.
I love that you can do it for 5 hours, but one of the concerns I would have, and just because I've been through this, if this is one of your main revenue streams.
No, it's not.
It's not. Okay.
No,
I was just going to say.
Email is like 80% of the millions we make.
So how are you
a year,
using email then? What are you doing? Because a lot of people, Norm and I have talked about this in other Misfits podcasts, people are afraid to use their list. They're afraid to send emails. They're afraid like someone's going to get upset or unsubscribe or call them dirty names. What do you do?
No, we come from the hit your list. We come from the hit your list. We are email crazies. And we don't even have tons, like maybe we only have like 10,000 people, and yet we will make a couple million just from like, that's, from our email list. Yeah, it's the tens of thousands just from emailing. We do an ingredient spotlight. I do founder letters on certain holidays. I write stories about my Italian family, about growing older and what that's like. We great photography. Everything has to be delicious, and a little humor. But we pretty much, people are getting hit every day. I mean, I subscribe to your emails, and in fact, I got one today that said, "Oh, good, you're still there." The Hustle, or someone you recommend. It was like making sure that you're opening it up. So we do Klaviyo. However, we may be switching to another one that we just found out a lot of our skincare companies actually use a different
Omnisend?
email. What?
Omnisend or MailChimp or Aweber or...
I'll tell you, we did a little search and we found out that 7 of our competitors use. Michael, what's the email company that the competitors use?
Oh, hang on.
So here's
Mailjet.
okay. Mailjet. It's located in France.
I'm not familiar with Mailjet, but that. Did you use like?
I'm not either.
Like True Botanicals, Tata Harper,
cool.
Yeah. Yes.
Now, are you using any form, like I know you're in publications, but do you also leverage gift guides?
We don't. For a while we were we paid for ad space on airplanes, like the hemispheres, and we've had some publicists put us in some gift guides. Like we were doing that in 2020, 2021, when people really were wanting content, and it was easier to get in. And but we haven't really leveraged that.
I think that's a good opportunity there, especially for what you're doing. Gift guides are perfect for skincare products.
Yeah. So other companies, like magazines, gift guides, right?
Yeah, it could be any news organization, any channel that you see on TV usually has their own gift guides. And then they have any big blogs will have a gift guide, newspapers. And all you have to do is type gift guides, like skincare gift guides, and you'll see a ton of them. And some of them, like I know I was working with a pillow company, and all of a sudden, every quarter, we'd see $100,000 in extra sales. And it was because Wirecutter put us into their gift guide. And we didn't even know it at that time. It was free. They just did that.
There's a website called Help a Reporter Out, Haro.
Yeah.
And that actually people post around the holidays, especially. There'll be reporters. Sometimes it's Good Morning America. Sometimes it's some local, just Pittsburgh Gazette. But they'll say, hey, we're doing a gift guide for the holidays. We're looking for children and beauty products. If you have anything, let us know. And it's totally free. I mean, they have a paid version of it, but you can just get on the free version. And they send out emails. It used to be 3 times a day, but they changed hands recently. So I'm not sure what their cadence is right now. But you can just go and reply to people. Say, hey, I've got something. I'll be happy to send you a sample. And a lot of times they'll feature you, and that stuff can be hit or miss. Sometimes, okay, I got 2 sales off of this one. Other times it's like, holy cow, I got like 200 sales. And brand awareness, and it's good for good for AI, as if nothing else, as AI search becomes a bigger thing, then people go into Google and type in what's a good skincare for over 50. They're going to be asking.
We'll bring that back. It's true. We kind of let that go. Like we've probably been in maybe a couple dozen gift guides from like 2020 to maybe 2023, and we sort of let that go and don't search it out or anything. And so, but you're right, especially now with this
perfect.
too.
Yeah. Well, going along with that, a press release, like every single product that you launch, you should be putting out a press release, a good quality press release. There's cheap, crappy ones out there for $49, but a good one will range usually from around 7 something up. It could be as high as 3,000, but anywhere around $1,000, you're getting something good.
Okay.
And it's full circle. It went away. It came back. It went away. It came back. I used to use press releases for product launches, and it worked incredibly well. But now it's just Google's looking for unique content. And if you can do that, and if you're using even for like a Google business profile or even LinkedIn, but just create an event.
Or just events for your TikTok stuff too, your TikTok lives.
Yeah. So what'll
Like a
happen?
Google event?
Google. Well, in Google Business Profile, you can create an event. It's similar to a post. You'll have an option for a post, offer, or event. You just post an event. You tell it the times. So it could be 1 day, it could be 30 days, and Google will weigh that a little heavier, so you'll get more exposure based on those keywords.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, for any new product launch, that could work.
Yeah, it could work for the TikToks too, and just get an audience in there. And it might take a little while for it to kind of get going, rocking and rolling, but over time it should start snowballing, and then that'll be seen as credibility and Google's AI mind and all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff that you could do there to grow it organic. Hey, Kevin King and Norm Farrar here. If you've been enjoying this episode of Marketing Misfits, thanks for listening this far. Continue listening. We got some more valuable stuff coming up. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're listening to this on your favorite podcast player, or if you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify, make sure you subscribe to our channel because you don't want to miss a single episode of the Marketing Misfits. Have you subscribed yet, Norm?
Well, this is an old guy alert. Should I subscribe to my own podcast?
Yeah, but what if you forget to show up one time and it's just me on here? You're not going to know what I say.
I'll buy you a beard and you can sit in my chair too. And you can go back and forth with one another. Yikes! But that being said, don't forget to subscribe, share it. Oh, and if you really like this content, somewhere up there's a banner. Click on it and you'll go to another episode of the Marketing Misfits.
Make sure you don't miss a single episode because you don't want to be like Norm.
Oh.
Where do you see this going? Do you want to keep doing this for years, or do you hope to sell this to one of the big beauty brands at some point, or what's your goal with this? Or are you just having too much fun right now?
Yeah, I am having fun. And, of course, it would be, my husband definitely sees selling it to a big company. I still get torn of can they really maintain what in the way that I've created these formulas, because it's not always like the huge profit margin because of how we formulate and how we do it. And we would probably, certain things might need to be reformulated if a big brand wanted to put these in big warehouses on hot warehouse shelves. So I'm always torn a bit with that, but my gosh, I mean, Ferraris are made and they're not made in mass production and they're doing okay, so where there's a will, there's a way. And if this is going to be a more curated, smaller batch, but still be able to continue on as a legacy brand, I'm all for that. It's a little tough for me to see that right now, but right now I'm enjoying creating and making all these new sisters and people that really want makeup optional skin.
Remember, an elf just sold for $2 billion with a B. Who knows? I may be reading a press release. Like Norm said, in like 3 years, In Your Face sells for $1.2 billion.
There you go.
We'll go have cigars and eat everything white and brown and beige.
But you know what's going to make it the $1.2 billion?
Yes.
It's that in your beard cream. The in your beard cream is what's going to put it over the top. So that's
Yes.
what you got to do. The in your beard cream.
I'll promote it for you.
To get some merch, and I was thinking a baseball cap's not very, and I thought, a visor is good because a visor allows sun to
And
come
allows heat
in
to
the top of
escape.
your head, which is a good thing. And I was right.
Yeah.
Well, it's good. The pineal gland, it's good to, and so I wanted a visor, and then maybe I could say not
Yeah.
in your face.
Yeah.
There we go. I see what you're doing.
So
I like the fake beards though.
The fake beard?
Yeah.
Oh,
fake beard. Like mine. A fake beard.
We could. Well, I don't have our oil here, but our oil comes in a jar like this, a clear, and it's our oil. In fact, we're making a newsletter right now that for Father's Day, and we talk about all the different ways, that men use our cucumber toner, as a aftershave, the oil as a beard oil.
Now that's an interesting question. This is an interesting question because we've seen the female side of everything that you're doing. Men's grooming is a fast growing segment in the market. And what are you doing for that?
We're just going to package it, the same formulas, and put them in black and gray.
There.
And send them out. And the word steel and chrome and rubber and exhaust and turbo will be on it.
There we go.
I literally do say that to him because so many women, this is what they say to me. They go, my husband loves the cream. He's always sticking his paws in it. They always call the husband's paw. It is amazing. Twice a week for 5 years, there's going to be an email where the word paw, and it's in a description of a husband's hands. He's always putting his paws in. I told him to get his own. And so then they say, when are you going to come out with a men's line? I'm like, but you've told me that he loves using it. And at the end of the day, just buy him his own. And they're like, I know. Okay. So that's really could I change the packaging and say it's for men and the formulas are no different? I do know companies that do that. I feel a little sketchy about doing that. I suppose I could have made a lot more money if I made a lot of different decisions with this company and the way.
Even it's the same. It's made for men. It's made for men. I'm not using
I understand.
Using a female's product, and I'm not some, guys get things in their head that I ain't this or I ain't that.
I don't agree too much very often with Kevin, but yeah, I would agree on that.
Norm, I got that's 2 this month. That's 2 times you agreed with me this month. Oh
that's gosh, right.
I'm on a roll.
This is good. Maybe this is good for me. Maybe in 8 months I can come back. I've helped bring a little.
There we go. Now we are at the top of the hour. That flew by. And there's one question we always ask our misfit if they know a misfit.
Oh my gosh. The gentleman who basically told me, the marketing guy who said, those names are not good for you. You're such an in-your-face kind of girl. He is a marketing genius. He has a new company that called Capsule, and Dominic and Nick, and I think you need to meet them because they are doing things with AI and with finding your avatar of your customer from every little aspect of the buying habits. And I think they would give a really, they're just doing things all the correctly wrong ways.
If people want to reach out to you, is it inyourface.skincare.com or inyourface.com, or where do they go?
It's inyourfaceskincare.com.
And your TikTok channel, if they want to tune in on a Wednesday night to see what you're doing?
In Your Face Skincare TikTok at In Your Face Skincare. Get that skincare in there because I think In Your Face might be I don't know, whoever owns it probably wants $500,000 by now. In Your Face. So get the word skincare on there. In Your Face Skincare.
All right, very good. Well, Denise, thank you so much
It's
for
been
coming
fun.
on the
Thank you.
podcast. It was great having you on.
Oh my gosh. Many good takeaways with you guys. All right.
Behave.
All right, we're going to remove you,
Norm, don't hit
and
that button again.
we'll
You just hit
be
the
right
wrong
back.
button again, Norm.
Just a sec. I got to do it, Denise. I'm just going to give him that moment by himself. Okay. We can talk. We can talk.
You hit the like extra power or something that time.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it was. All right, Denise. We'll see you later.
So that was great. That was Denise is a lot of fun. She's doing a lot of really cool stuff when it comes to branding and marketing, and you can see it. She's passionate about it, and it's working really, really well. And I think there's a lot to learn. Those of you watching and listening, there's a lot to learn and be inspired by what Denise has done and is continuing to do with her brand.
100%. You can feel that passion for her product. That's for sure. I remember sitting in that what were we, Cassie or something like that, and she came over and just you could feel her energy.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. It rubs off on you, but especially the Misfits can rub off on you too. If you're listening to the Marketing Misfits and you like this episode with Denise, make sure you check out all the other episodes. We got 60 something of them. We do one every single Tuesday. 60 something of them in the past. A new one coming every Tuesday. You can do that at marketingmisfits.co, or you can head over to the YouTube channel Marketing Misfits. And there's even something new there that Norm has got for you. What's that over there, Norm?
We got a special channel. It's a YouTube channel, and all you have to do is Marketing Misfits clips. And what you'll see are the best nuggets. I don't like the word nuggets, but it's 3 minutes or under clips of all the best segments of each podcast. So check it out.
Yeah, and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you like this episode. If you got inspired by it, share this episode with a friend or with a colleague or someone that you know that might be inspired by Denise's what she's doing in her story and get some ideas. And be sure to subscribe on Apple or Shopify or wherever you're listening to this, because every single Tuesday, including next Tuesday, we'll be back with a brand new episode.
All right, so that's it for today. We will see you next Tuesday. Thanks, guys.